So we are in chapter 16, in the first section, individual diagnosis and treatment, up to the beginning of the 5th paragraph. Where we finished off last time was with this concept of Svadharma versus Parthasarathy. Right? So he talks about this idea, even from a very mundane perspective. If you're going to take up a course of study, if you're going to find a vocation in life, then you're going to be best served in terms of your material and spiritual progress if you choose something that is in line with your predominant nature. We've discussed before the same quote by Abraham Maslow. So he has the hierarchy of needs. Obviously, if you're going to be happy, you need food and shelter. You need a sense of belongingness, so you have family and community and so on and so forth. So he talks about these, and then he says, even if all these needs are met, the individual will still be dissatisfied if he is not doing what he is individually suited for. The artist must do art, the painter must paint, the writer must write, so on and so forth. If we're going to be at peace with ourselves, we must do what we are individually suited for. So that's from, as I say, a much more mundane perspective of just job and study. Right? But it's the same basic principle. What this is talking about is the proper use of spirituality. The proper use of that is to first of all figure out what is your temperament. What kind of person are you? And then once you've established what kind of person you are, then you need to apportion the 3 spiritual disciplines appropriately. And then when you do that, your growth in the field of spirituality is meteoric. If you put yourself in the wrong environment, then your inherent nature won't flourish. When we use the word Svadharma, what does it refer to? Vasanas. So another word for vasanas is seed body. Right? And so the very nature of a seed is to express. So you can think of it this way, that we have a whole bunch of seeds lying dormant. It's in our best interest to allow those seeds to naturally express, to germinate, to grow, and to flourish. It means the natural, healthy expression of your own temperament, of your own seeds, of your own nature, your vasanas. And so, in the same way that if you want your tomato seeds to become healthy tomato plants, you have to put them in a correct environment. The soil must be correct pH and correct NPK and correct moisture and temperature and everything else. And when it's in the correct environment, that seed germinates and flourishes and creates a beautiful plant. So it is with us. We have all of these tendencies. Now, if they are going to flourish naturally and become healthy expressions of a human personality, they need to be put into a correct environment, conducive environment. So if you have vasanas for engineering, if that's your natural inclination, then put those vasanas into an environment where they can flourish. If you're a writer, same thing. Choose a course of study, choose a career that allows you to write. So if we don't do that, then what happens is that all of those tendencies within the personality, they remain unexpressed. They remain unrealized. And so we become frustrated. And that frustration has a damaging effect on our subjective well-being, which has flow-on effects for every relationship that we have in the world, whether it's with beings or material objects or whatever it is, and it harms our growth. So for our own sanity, for our harmonious relationships, and for our growth in life, it's in our best interest to make sure that we put ourselves in an environment that is in harmony with our own nature.